back with another round of Brews and Views, episode 40.
Yeah, we on the 40.
Remember when I used to drink 40s all the time? Private stock.
Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack.
That's the only reason I drunk private stock, because Biggie said he drank it. And, St. Ives.
Yeah.
The
Colt 45.
Colt 45, two zigzags.
The horse. You know what my pops used to call it.
Crazy horse. Oh, no, it was a crazy horse, too.
No, it was, but
Yeah.
he used to call it Colt
Oh, of course,
45.
the horse, because of the horse, yeah.
Yeah.
Old English 800.
Yep.
And then when the Steel Reserve 211 came out, that's when I said, you know what, it's time to find better beer.
Yeah.
Because that shit, it was nasty. It put you down, though.
I did what you wanted it to do.
Yo,
Right.
yes, it would. But I think after that, I started drinking MGDs. Was my first taste of regular beer
Gotcha.
after malt liquor. MGDs and something else, but I can't remember.
Right.
Yeah. So see, that's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's tomorrow. This is the 3rd. Tomorrow's the 4th. So when y'all hear this, I hope everybody had a safe one.
Right.
Driving and all that shit. You know, people can't drive on a Tuesday in April, let alone 4th of July weekend.
Hope y'all can avoid the roadblocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be safe out there. Oh, I hope y'all were safe. I've got the it's a Goodwood bourbon stout, bourbon barrel stout. I got the Goodwood, girl. You didn't know? It's Goodwood Brewery from Louisville, Kentucky. Aged in bourbon barrels, and that's another taste of something in here, but I can't put my finger on it. But it's really good. It's like 9%, right up my alley. A little cool outside, or cooler than it's been, so I can
Right.
drink a little heavier alcohol.
Yeah.
So yeah, couldn't drink all that every day this week. Or I have a beer every day, at least one, maybe two.
Good man. Good man.
But like 3 or 4 days out of this week, I could not do it because I work outside, and the next day is rough. So yesterday I was happy to be able to get my beer back in my system.
Right.
So yeah.
That's good. This is actually my first one since last weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
How's it taste?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
What color is that there, Justin?
It's like a blonde, but it has some lime in it. I just realized it's from Great Lakes Brewing Company. Our friends from Cleveland. And it's Mexican lager with lime. It's I'm trying to find the ABV.
Mexican lager.
It's only 5.4.
A Mexico Cerveza?
No, it's
Yeah.
Cleveland Corona.
Cleveland Corona. So you don't have to put the lime in it.
No, because it already
You
comes
already
with
got
the
the
lime.
lime in.
It says light and zesty.
Now, does it taste more like a Bud Light lime?
Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. It's really close to a Corona.
There you go, 5.4.
Yeah.
I guess Mexicans like I don't want to judge them or what they drink, but it seems like they like a certain style of beer.
Right.
Modelo's not far from a Corona. It's pretty good. It's a little more heavier than a Corona would be, but it's still the same kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they like down there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. I can dig it.
I got a Devil's Backbone 16-point Imperial IPA,
16 point.
9.1 ABV.
Yeah.
You already know what to expect with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna be feeling right.
Yeah. See, I do drink that. I use the 16 points for the weekends. The 8 point is what I drink during the week.
Mm-hmm.
You got cut back on your
A
points.
little bit.
Well, that's actually the second one. I started off with a Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Ah, yes. Can't go wrong with the Sam Adams.
Mm-hmm. You got the Bucks and Hawks in the background, game 6.
Right.
Milwaukee's looking like they're gonna win, and they'll be facing Phoenix. No,
Who would have thought it?
who would have thought it? After Was that a game? That was Phoenix won 6 games, 5 games, 6 games.
Six.
So after the game, Patrick Beverly he gave Chris Paul a nice little shove in the back.
Yeah.
Then he apologized to him on Instagram, talking about that push wasn't meant for you. I'm like,
Who was it meant
who
for?
the fuck was it meant? There's only one person that looked like Chris Paul on that floor. He's shorter than everybody else out there.
Yeah.
Who was it meant for? I think it was just you should have owned up to it. You lost in the moment. You were upset.
Yeah.
Y'all got beat.
Exactly.
Just be a man and say, you're sorry for that. Don't talk about you weren't.
Right.
It wasn't meant for you.
Exactly.
Just apologize for being a bitch.
Being a
You'll push the man in the back.
yeah, man.
So yeah.
Yeah. What's it? This is third. So yeah, a couple days ago, Virginia became. They say legal weed, but I think it's more decriminalized weed.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's so many hoops and things you got to go through and
Yeah.
all this deal. But there was one store out in Short Pump that was giving away free seeds, and they had to shut the shit
Shut
down.
Yeah.
You can only imagine what it looked like out there when they're just giving away free seeds.
Yeah. 'Cause you can grow your own plants. You can grow 4 in Virginia.
Yeah.
It was interesting the part of town they were doing that in.
Short Pump.
Yeah.
You don't. Well, listen. First of all, if you've got a CBD shop on the eastern end of town, and you don't want to give away anything free out there, because
Cut it out.
listen, you know how it's gonna go down out there, Josh.
Cut that out.
What? Am I lying?
No comment.
Am I lying?
No comment.
You can be honest about it.
No, you ain't lying, but it's not like we were getting it for free in Short Pump anyway.
If
Probably wasn't too many of us in that line.
Well, if you knew about it, you'd go out there. If I was gonna buy weed, I would have gone out there. If I had an option between going to 2 weed shops, one in Short Pump,
Okay.
one in East End,
All right.
I'm gonna go to the one in Short
I
Pump.
get it. Yeah.
Important distinction.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I get it.
You know, but speaking of weed, Sha'Carri Richardson, the fastest woman in the world,
Mm-hmm.
tested positive for the ganja in the Olympic trials and got suspended for a month.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
crazy.
I mean, it's not a. I mean, I get it. It's the rule. It's not a performance-enhancing drug. Because the last thing I want to do after I smoke weed is run the fastest.
It
I
damn
can.
sure don't make you run fast.
It does not.
No, they said she did it because
Her mom passed,
Yeah.
and which I think, if it's true, maybe so. But still, just own up. You
She
smoke.
did.
You,
She
you,
owned up
but
to
no,
it.
just I smoke weed, and
No, she owned up to it. It's everybody else who's pretty
Yeah.
much fighting on her behalf, which
Yeah.
I get it. But at the end of the day,
It's
the
rule.
I hate
I
mean-
saying this, the rule is the rule.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew it
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah, you did. And it the only thing that kind of twisted up for me is it's legal in the state that she got busted at.
Yeah, it was
But it's-
Oregon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
that just is
that
kind
has
of funny.
That has
Nothing to do with it. 'cause
Nothing
it's
to do
the,
with it, right.
Yeah, it's the World or what's your face World something organization.
It's the World Dope. It's the
No, USDA.
USDA Doping Agency.
Yeah, them. A lot of letters, but anyway, it's like it's legal in this state though.
But not in the Olympics.
Yeah, I know, but it is what it is. It's just that's
I mean, we get
ironic
it.
to me.
It sucks, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's the rule.
And they say she's still probably gonna be able to run the relay. She's just
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna
just
be able to run the 100.
I guess the day when they run the 100 is just
Yeah.
within that month.
Yep.
And she's young enough, so she won't miss any more Olympics.
Mm-mm.
No.
No. Still funny though.
I mean, can't you? But I don't know. If you're testing for dope, aren't you looking for performance enhancing?
That's what you should be looking for. Yeah, that's what you should
So whether you're high on heroin, weed, coke, that's not going to help your. Well, I don't know about coke.
Coke might help.
Coke. I don't know. Motherfuckers turn into a Hulk when they so I don't know.
be. But we definitely doesn't speed you up. Let me put it that way.
That's fine.
If anything,
Yeah.
it slows you down.
Listen, the last thing I want to do is run as fast as I can after smoking weed. Fuck's the hell? It's a waste of weed.
Right.
I just find it weird that they're testing for that. You can't smoke, but you can be born with a dick and then go lift weights against women.
Don't get me started on that. Oh, man.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If weed is a competitive advantage,
Testosterone has to be.
it has to. There's no way it can't be.
Testosterone has to be. I don't know.
Mm,
Hmm. So it was a couple weeks ago. I saw this one. It was Juneteenth, and it was Atlanta branch of IKEA
right.
decided to
Oh, I saw this.
make a Juneteenth menu for their staff, and on the menu was chicken
Fried chicken and
and
watermelon.
watermelon.
Chicken. Keep going.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
I'm not offended.
No.
I might just be one man, but I'm not offended.
It's hilarious though.
Maybe if it was just the chicken or just the watermelon.
Like chicken and watermelon.
Yes.
They go all out. Where's the 40? You know what I mean? Come on.
Do we got do rag?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Once again, just for this, the weird Swedes that run IKEA, all people like fried chicken and watermelon.
But when you do it together, you're basically it's black people.
Yes.
Everybody likes fried chicken and watermelon. But when you say, "Hey, we got fried chicken and watermelon," hey,
There's a certain segment of society that's going to show
so,
up.
right? Come on, man.
Look at him. He loves it.
I mean, 'cause, yeah. So,
For the world.
yeah.
But yeah. So first up, the hottest trending topic for the past few weeks has been critical race theory.
Yes, it has.
All over everywhere, all on social media, all over the news. So we're gonna talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So what is critical race theory? I mean, because everybody, from what I'm seeing, at least on mainstream, everybody's just using that term, but not really diving into what it is, everything
Right.
about it. Um,
Well, I don't know if Cliff pulling it up. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I can't sit here and tell you 100% every point of what it is, but it dives into how racism
it's been woven into the fabric of society.
racism has been woven, yes, into everything though. When you say that, a lot of people just go, ah, yes, racism exists. No, what they're saying is critical race theory says this. It plays a part in the laws. It
Yes.
plays a part in um, government. It
Yes.
plays a part in schools, which I think we're going to touch on. It plays a part in all that. It's woven into all that.
Yes.
So that's without getting too technical into it. That's what.
No, that's what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I got it pulled up here, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
big words and everything else in there, but
Yeah.
y'all have broke it down a lot better.
Right.
I think, which a lot of people actually don't. There's a lot of people not arguing against that point of it. One part that is big in it is that society is broken down into two classes, and that's oppressed and oppressor, and that white people are automatically in the oppressor side, and black people are automatically in the oppressed side. Which that part of it, because I get all the other shit, but that part of it I do not like. I don't think that's necessarily true, because if I'm oppressed, there's a lot of middle class white people that's just as oppressed as I am, because they're going through the same shit that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I cannot see that part of it. And if somebody wants to argue that point, I'd be willing to listen and understand,
Right.
because I don't see it from my vantage point.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with you either oppressed or oppressed, but in America,
Yes.
let's be honest, there's two Americas. There's white America, there's black America. There's certain things that happen in black America that don't happen in white America, and vice versa. So when you say one's oppressed and one's oppressed. I'm not going to necessarily say that. Maybe I'll just say it's different because I mean we all have white friends, black friends, Mexican friends, whatever,
And family.
yeah, we all have all that. But I don't know, growing up as a young black male, when I get older and I talk to some of my white friends or some of my Asian friends, our experiences growing up are different. Whereas, like talking to y'all, y'all as other black men, our growing up was pretty similar.
Well, we at points, but I can't say that because this is when we get into white people, black people are a monolith, and it's not because
No,
we're not.
no,
And yes, our growing up is similar to other black people, but also my growing up is similar to some white folks. And I don't know. It's just I think painting everybody with a broad brush like that
right.
in any
And anything,
in anything is dangerous.
yeah,
Well, as they look at more things, I think it's more that a lot more white people are feeling oppressed because they're more a part of these groups who are seeking to right wrongs, whether it be the, the LGBT, whether it's all these other groups. So it's more and more of them that's feeling oppressed, which is probably why shit is changing or at least moving. I'll say that much because it's not just
Well,
us now.
And that's
well,
what I'm
that's
saying.
that's part of. Oh, I go ahead.
But that's what I was saying that I mean, in my opinion, which I'm not a Marxist, but I think there's elite and there's everybody else.
Okay.
So there's levels to everything.
Yes,
But and that's
and that's I mean, if anybody's oppressed, I think we're all being oppressed just by for the simple fact that we're not getting all the correct knowledge and things like that. Like that,
yeah.
lying to people and giving them false knowledge or not all the truth, that is oppressing you, whether you're black, white, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. I was just saying that that's one of the key components of critical race theory too. It's called. It's a big word, but I can't think of. It's basically saying that the change you get, the little bit of change you get, won't happen unless white people start to feel a certain way, and the change you want aligns with their goals. So, in other words, say politics for instance, when they make the laws that'll help, that quote unquote to help black people, well, that's because at that point in time, that law helps their agenda as
Yes.
well. So they're saying that's when you get change is when when their needs align with yours.
When they get some act like
Well, when their needs align with yours, because they don't always act right. But and that's one of the key components of critical race theory that I read that earlier when I was researching this topic and everything. So
I think really, if that's if we're saying that something needs to be changed, maybe not critical race theory needs to be, but we need to just change like it's the history that we're taught and how it's taught because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of things that we do learn that are good, but the way we're taught is a big problem. But the history is not full. Like,
no,
I mean, you can teach you can teach the full
accurate.
yes, you need to teach the full accurate history of everything. And you can do it without calling all white people oppressors and
well,
all black people oppressed. You know what I'm saying? You could just if you're just telling the truth, people can see the distinctions for themselves of how it plays out.
well, I think we were talking off air. A good friend of ours is a educator, and we we were talking about. Shit. All right, stop.
Jesus Christ.
What did it say, Jay?
The device is full.
He's
Educator.
yeah, he's an educator, and he was saying that a lot of the history books are outdated, and even if you got them updated, a lot of parents are screaming, "Update the books, update it." He said it takes so long. I mean, Barack Obama still wasn't in the latest two editions of textbooks that came out.
But Does the last 10 years have to be in a history book?
No, but he was using that as an example of how far behind the history
Yeah, but
books
even
are.
updated, like, fuck
So-
updated, the shit's incomplete as far as even up to that point. You
Well,
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, obviously,
And
but it's
Let's be honest, they're not going to update all of it. They're just going to
No.
update what they want you
No.
to know.
because well, and again, that's part of critical race theory is that it's embedded. It's even in the education system that it's embedded. They're not going to teach you everything. Now, what was interesting is I was talking to my friend, and he said that he prefers to have teachers that teach the truth, just give the facts, and then allow the students to, if they want to have an in-depth discussion, let's go into it. If they don't, you move on to something else. But B, to teach outside of the textbook. Find different articles, find different stuff, and teach the facts to it. He said it is what it is. It didn't happen. It is what it is. So we need to teach it so that everybody knows.
yeah,
So now, is it going to be in schools? He basically said no.
well, I think aspects of it will be depending on the teacher. You know,
Yeah.
like because they had remember we were talking about the Coca-Cola training
Right.
whiteness.
Yeah.
That's an aspect of it. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not being the whole theory and everything is not being in practice and taught, but people are taking aspects of it.
Right.
And I think that's possibly what could happen too.
Yeah. Well, you have to get teachers to not teach it from your viewpoint.
Well, that's tough
Exactly.
because now, especially nowadays, people are putting their whatever they're feeling is it instead of objective truth.
Right.
They're putting subjective truth in everything. This is also going into college and shit too. You, it's hard to find these. That's just gonna be hard, especially nowadays because we're so polarized.
It's
Yeah.
a societal issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to combat that because I don't want the left leaning or right leaning subjective thought being taught to my child. I want fact being taught to my child and let them make up their decision how they want to interpret it.
Right.
Sounds like homeschool.
Yeah. Oh, if I had the time
Yeah.
or the means.
You have to. I mean that. Another thing that was said was that when me and him talked was a lot of times teachers are held to the curriculum. Now the curriculum is not going to change too much. He said unless the Department of Education decides to change curriculums. He said which could happen, but he said a lot of times it's the teachers teach to the curriculum.
Yeah.
And that's their job. They have to teach
Well,
to the curriculum.
One thing, because you got to pass these dumbass SOLs that's so important. Because if you don't pass this many, then you don't get accreditation and money from what I'm saying. So that's basically why. Because everything trickles down.
Yeah.
It ain't no trickle down economy. It's trickle down dumbass knowledge.
Well, trickle down economics does not work.
Yeah. Neither does trickle down knowledge. Because we're as far as countries, we're very far down the totem pole as far as smart countries.
I was about to say, it works for some.
Yeah.
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 But y'all see that? It's like the school board meeting with the parents and stuff in
Went crazy.
Loudon
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
That shit ended in fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, and it's like it started because they didn't want critical race theory, and then some people said they do want critical race theory.
And there was also gender studies too.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that. But anyways, but you should, to me, Now, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but to me, critical race theory should be taught because to me, I want everything laid out on the table.
Like I would like parts of it taught. Like from what I've read and research, I do not want all of it as it stands taught.
I don't see. I don't mind
And I need. Well, it also depends on who's teaching it too.
because I want it. First of all, none of it. You shouldn't be teaching any of it below high school. No, not at all.
Agreed.
And in high school, you should be able to teach it all. Throw it out there. Now, I'm not saying you should be like, and y'all need to think this, and just tell them this
Well, it
is
needs to
what it
be
is.
taught. It's a, as it is stated, a theory.
Yeah, this is
Just like there's theories in college courses.
Right.
These are theories. It's it's a theory. This is the information we have. You discern it
right.
as you want. Because basically, I mean, if you're objective in your society, if you're watching, you can discern with your own eyes what's true and not true.
Yep.
You know,
So,
but
and it
So
needs to be
a lot
taught.
of people that don't want that.
well, I don't think, me personally, I don't think any of the elites want anybody of any color, unless they're in elite status, meaning money wise, to be smart.
Well, and we put a poll up on the social media pages, and it was overwhelmingly that critical race theory should be taught in schools. Overwhelmingly.
I'm on the maybe side. You just had two yes or no.
Yeah, I had yes or no.
I'm actually one of the yeses. Man, I think it should be kind of like what you touched on. It should be a course in high school.
Yeah.
Maybe for 11th and 12th grades, but they all have to take it. Everyone has to take it to graduate.
Yeah. See, I think it definitely should be taught in high school. It needs to be taught, but it needs to be taught in a in a. It needs to just be taught without any subjectivism. Was that a word? Subjectivism.
I know what you mean when you say it. I don't know. I don't know if it's a word, but I get it.
Objectivity.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We understood, John.
That's a word? Score. That's a word, fella. That's a word. I'm educated.
But it also. I'm also one of the belief that yes, you send your kids to school, but when they come home, you discuss. I don't give a fuck how hard you're working,
Right.
what you got going on. They're your children.
Yeah.
You need to be involved in their school and then know what the fuck's going on and
Right.
discuss
What they learn.
what they learn and all that shit.
Yeah.
So if you got a problem with it, there's your counterbalance.
Right.
And actually, you should be doing that anyway.
I say I'm with you. Just talk about it. Have
Yes.
those conversations, but don't try to manipulate it.
No, you don't try to manipulate it.
Let them learn the facts,
Yes.
and then y'all can have discussions from there.
Yes.
Right.
And you say if you don't agree, you just say this is with anything when you're discussing something. You say, in my opinion, or this is what I believe.
Right.
Because hardly anything is fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Almost everything is, at least that what we see in society, is subjective truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, there's all this stuff going on, but there's also all other circumstances that, like, every situation is not because of racism or not because of lack of money or, you know what I'm saying? There's always other things that are involved, and you need to think about all these things without just a form of an opinion, which is what we're going to talk about a little later with some other guy.
Yeah.
But
Money's always at the root of it.
yes,
Yes.
but everything's subjective.
Yeah.
But everything needs to be openly discussed, but with uh, not calmness,
Yeah. Objectivity.
but
Good word.
you shouldn't be so.
Too many people have strong feelings.
There you go.
Yeah.
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 Everybody does not think like you.
No.
And
No.
everybody, no matter what you say, they're not. So you need to, and if you, after you discuss it rationally and calmly, you agree to disagree. If that's the end of it.
That's an issue right there for some people.
Yeah, some people can't agree to disagree. But
Why do I give a fuck how you feel?
because if you don't feel like me, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's how some people
That's
take
a
it.
lot of people do.
If you don't think like me, then you're obviously an idiot or you're wrong.
Well, it's more than wrong. They think you're the fucking devil.
Yeah, true. But it's, I don't know.
And that's something I'm like, I just think he's wrong. Okay, cool. All right, that's not, ain't gonna mess my life up, you know?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, take another sip. Okay.
Yeah.
I think everybody should just smoke weed.
That's not in critical race theory, right?
It should be. Listen, I've had some of the best sort of rational conversations on weed that I've ever had. Talk about all forms of life and thing that's going on. You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot more rational than being drunk.
Yeah. Drunk talk is not good talk. Even though that's what we're doing.
I was about to say, what are we doing here? What are you saying?
No, we can still get it done, but it's a lot more rational smoking as opposed to drinking.
Yes, there's been many times where I've had a lot of shit to say on these podcasts, and none of it comes out because I done forgot it. I'm slurring my words. I'm all alcohol does not help, but weed, whether you know it or not, or believe it or not, or even like it or not, weed does enhance conversation.
Okay. Not gonna knock you there. I don't know.
You know, yes, you do.
I do
yes,
not
you do.
know.
Yes, you do.
Don't do that shit, bro.
Yes, you do.
Don't do that shit.
You know, Black Bill Clinton, is that what's going on? You ain't held none of them shits I seen you. Nigga, I pass you the blunt.
I do not recall.
Now, you don't smoke now, but we've all partaken.
I do not recall.
In an era where there was no social media.
Yes. It's good times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the maybe one day we'll see that's the key. Once we're all these say all the states are legalizing and decriminalizing and everybody starts partaking.
Smoking weed is the key to critical race theory?
No, just the key to
Oh.
to togetherness and love and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
There you go with that whole utopia thing
Yeah.
again, man.
Yeah.
Because we would do it.
We would.
We would do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would do it.
But we need more than just us.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do
Unfortunately.
you think, going back to the critical race theory, do you think that, say, if it was taught in schools, do you think there would be, like, what would be the outcome? Would racism be, I ain't gonna say eradicated, because I don't think it's ever gonna be eradicated in America, but,
Well, I don't think not just America, anywhere.
Well, true,
Racism will never go away.
true, but what I'm saying is, if critical race theory was taught and people's eyes were open to racism, and it was in your face, because, you know, if you're talking critical race theory, you have to confront it. Do you think that would, like, I don't know, lessen racism, or would you think race relations would get worse than they are now, which is hard?
I think
It would change.
I think it's gonna get
and
worse.
more than likely, it would improve. But as with everything, it would bring a whole new set of problems.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
It's not a be all end all. It's not
No.
to cure everything,
No.
but it'll come with its own set of problems.
Right.
I think if everybody's honest, it'll help. But I personally, in my belief, as long as we've got these idiots in Washington, nothing will ever be better.
There will always be idiots. in
That's what I was about to
So,
say.
so my answer is no. It'll always it'll never be better.
Right.
At least I think they purposely keep us separated. They don't help. Like a lot, in my personal experience, from what I can see in interacting with people in society, everybody it seems cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not until people get on TV and start showing you all the bad and only the bad.
The bad gets ratings.
Yes,
Because there's too many people out there where racism powers their agenda.
yes, and that's for that reason. I don't think it'll ever get better, no matter what is taught.
See, I think if it's taught, I think it would get better. Now, it's on to me. It's almost like segregation in the '60s. That first year or so, you're gonna have to fight, and it's just gonna get wild. But after that, it'll get better. That's what I think. If it's taught in schools, that's why I'm pretty much saying it should be taught in schools, but only at the high school level. I don't think you should be teaching a fourth grader critical race theory.
No, no, because you have to be able to be
Unless
able
he's
to
young.
reason and have,
Shut up.
adult conversation about it.
Right. So,
But it's still not a be all end all.
No,
Like I
no.
said earlier.
What would help is if more people consumed independent media and less mainstream media. That would solve a lot of fucking problems.
Solve some, create more.
that's what I was about to say.
Well, there's always going to be problems, but a lot of the division would go away because that's all mainstream media does is divide.
But see, I think it's already divided. That's where we differ at. I think it's already divided.
No, what do you
Mainstream
mean? It's
media-
all yes.
Mainstream media just enhances it.
Yes,
It's already
that's what the fuck I'm
already
saying.
divided.
But they don't help. They don't help the cause. Is what I'm saying. They don't help at
Well,
all.
that's not their job.
Mm-hmm.
So why watch them? Is the point?
All right. Turn your TV off.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about me. Y'all know I'm not talking about me. I'm talking because there's a lot of people who look at it and think that this is whatever side they're watching. They think it's the truth and only but the truth.
Yeah, and they're not turning their TV off.
So that's what I'm saying. Those people who watch that, no matter what's taught or whatever, it's never gonna get any better as long as
Well,
a lot of the society keeps bringing in that nonsense in their
And they're
head.
just going to feel it's conspiracy against that, and it's going to further their point.
and part of
No,
it,
I'm not saying.
I'm not talking about like you, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about the people you're trying to reach.
But so I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. If they stop that, that's the only thing that's going to help. If they,
Is it?
no, it's going to help. It's not going to end it, but it's going to help.
Then is it
I
going
don't
to
even
help?
think it's gonna help. It just they'll get
Yes.
consumed into another void.
That's it, and that's what I think.
I don't think so.
They'll get consumed into another void. I think because no matter which side you're on, if you go like now, okay, you say I'm gonna cut off and go on YouTube. Well, YouTube does algorithms of videos that you watch. So next thing you know, if you're a conservative and you go on YouTube and you watch two conservative videos, all your videos that come
Well, I
up-
know that, but I mean, if people could listen to what I would do, it'd be one thing. I'm just saying. There's other avenues. There's other things to consume. There's a lot of good shit. And matter of fact, why not watch more of both on YouTube? So your algorithm. I'm saying if people knew what the fuck they were doing on
Yeah.
YouTube.
If people would do that, the problems wouldn't be to where they are today.
True.
What?
Problems wouldn't be as pronounced as they are today if people did that.
But nobody
They're
wants
not
to.
going to do that.
Nobody wants to. That's the whole. And even getting back to critical race theory, that's the whole issue, is that people don't want to hear outside of their box. So, like right now, there's a push to get critical race theory taught in schools and get it pushed. Okay. First of all, where the hell was this push 20 years ago when I was in school?
It was in academia. Oh, up. What do you call it? Secondary.
I
Or-
guess.
it was college.
Because
Mm-hmm.
there was no push for it.
Right.
It was college.
All right, that's number one. Number two, if you're right now, if you're against it, then that's all you know. It's like critical race theory will send you into rage, like those parents. You could just say critical race theory, and you don't even know.
But I'm sort of against it, and that's not all I know. I know a whole lot of shit.
Well, but I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
Because, like we said at the start of this, there are people that just whether you're for it or against it, you don't even know what critical race theory is. You just for it, so it doesn't matter You're just for it. You're not hearing the other side. And the same thing with the people that are against it, that you're coming out and ready to fight and all this type of
Well,
stuff.
see, that's why I say no matter what's taught, I mean, maybe generations from now, yes, maybe it could be better, but as of in the next 20 years, until people do their own research on any and everything, it's never going to get better.
Well,
Well, people need to start doing that.
Because
Well,
nobody
not
does
a
that.
lot, not too
But-
many doing that.
but that's why I'm going back. That's why I feel that critical race theory should be taught. Not necessarily, as some people say, to poison kids' minds or to do this. I think you need to taught because you need to give them everything and then let
And let them
that
decide.
let their mind
Right.
go. If they want to go deeper into it, let's go. If
Mhm.
they don't, that's fine too.
But then going through life, they still have a foundation to fall back on.
Exactly. So, but yeah. So, I for one think it should be taught.
I do.
Hearts on
I
the
do
fence.
as well.
I'm on uh, the proverbial fence.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Is the word? Did I use that word right?
Yeah, you did. Good job.
I never used that word before.
Good job. Good job, Mike.
Proverbial fence.
So, but yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we'll once the conversation goes on in the streets more, we'll dive back into it another
Right.
time.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's I've never seen anything trend so hard before.
Right.
I can't recall anything. I don't know. This is this is this is trending real hard.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna let it go away. We'll dive back into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll be back in a second. Everybody want the pudding pop.
No, not now.
So back.
After COVID, I'm going to a party at his house, even if he is the boss.
I'm bringing my own drinks though.
Well, I mean, men might be okay.
Maybe.
I mean, we ain't heard nothing like that.
Yeah,
so
maybe. You ain't heard it, but I'm bringing my own cooler.
You shouldn't pass out around strangers anyway.
Yeah, true.
But he still got R. Kelly.
So I just switched beers. I got this Founders Panther Cub. It's a porter with vanilla extract and maple syrup, aged in bourbon barrels. Is delicious.
Is it a Black Panther?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if it's not a Black Panther, it's just a Jaguar.
Okay.
Or I think leopards are panthers too.
Yeah, they are.
Or jaguars.
Yeah, they are.
But cheetahs aren't, even though they're
No.
the same pattern. It's weird. So weird. It's weird. This animal kingdom's weird.
Humans are weird.
Yes, they are. Well, this thing is delicious. It's 9.2%. Founders is in Michigan.
Gotcha.
Grand Rapids, or I think Grand Rapids, Michigan, is delicious. I highly recommend.
Gotcha. I have a Stone Brewing Belgian White Dayfall.
J-Fall sounds like a James Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the label gets you a little seasick if you look at it too long. But it's actually very good. Very, very
Belgian
good.
white, so you have to, is it, like I said, like a Blue Moon or a Shot
Yeah,
Top?
yeah, it's something like that. It's only 5.5%, but it's tasty though. It's tasty.
I like a good Belgian
Yeah.
wheat or white.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a good summer beer.
Uh huh.
Very good summer beer.
Well, that's good because we're in the summer right now.
Mm-hmm.
See, you distinguish. I don't drink them.
Well, I'll drink them up, but sometimes they taste better. Like certain beers, like a lot of the porters and stouts that I drink, so heavy. That
You
is,
want them when it's cold.
you want them when the weather's a little cooler.
I got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just gonna hold up the can. Y'all know what time it is. That. And
Don't go.
we also got the 3-notch here, New England style IPA,
Mm-hmm.
7.0 ABV.
Be nice. Huh.
From Charlottesville, VA.
Charlesville.
Seville.
Yeah, they got a brewery, little brewery tour
Mm-hmm.
up there that one
That
day
we will be taking.
Will be taking.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So, can't I look
I'm
up
so
for it?
shit. Within the next month or two.
They got one.
Can.
They got one in Richmond too that we will be taking now that everything opened up.
Yeah, and there's some of them. Either we're gonna have to Uber something or designated driver or something because
We ain't gonna make
the
it.
one in Richmond, I know I ain't gonna make it.
DD.
I don't know. I ain't seen him drive yet. I
He
don't
drives
know.
very slow.
Oh, so just what we need.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
So yeah.
So, was it this past week?
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was released from prison,
Yes, he was.
only serving 3 of his, I think it was a 10-year sentence.
Yep.
He got out on I guess you'd call it a technicality, when this charge happened with that one woman in 2005. The incident happened in 2004. It was 2005. He got charged or whatever. The DA made a deal saying that I'm not going to take this to trial.
If you testify
If you
in a civil case.
testify in a civil case, do your deposition, not going to go to trial. And he did not.
Right.
But that DA no longer worked there anymore when all of a sudden Bill Cosby is getting charged again. Same office, new DA.
Right.
And I guess they just either didn't know about it or they looked past it or I don't know. I don't know how it happened because I don't know.
Right.
But he
They,
went.
they didn't exchange notes.
Yeah. So he got 3 to 10. Well, he got no. It was like 7 to 10.
Yep.
7 to 10 years, and
Yeah.
so he served 3, and now he's getting out and he's free and cannot be charged again.
And he's always maintained his innocence. Let me just say that because he could have got out on parole a while back, but
Oh.
he said they wanted him to admit guilt and register as a sex offender, and he said no.
Get registered sex and take these classes and that he's supposed to take while in there, and he wasn't doing.
No.
So he's maintained his innocence. Now, he did admit to some shit in that deposition that wasn't supposed to be used against him
Right.
later.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people who are highly upset
Yeah.
at him being released. I mean, people understand that he didn't get due process, but he still, in their eyes, is I guess, rapist, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
Now, one of the questions that he was asked, I did see this, was, well, he admitted to giving her something,
Right.
and they asked, did you know or believe that she was incapable of consenting? And his answer was, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Not a good answer.
Not a good answer.
I gotta give your lawyer something to work with.
So, I mean, listen, I wasn't there. I personally believe something happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, due process is, if we're gonna hold all, look at the law and say,
Yeah.
we're upset when people don't get due process.
Right.
And so he
Yeah.
didn't. And
Got good attorneys.
he had good attorneys. Well, so was this did it get appealed for that reason from the jump? Like, why did it take 3 years?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, the judicial system moves slow.
Yes, but I'm wondering, did he have the same lawyers he had back in 2005?
Well,
and you know what I'm saying?
But you think about it. You said 3 years, but I mean, this was if I'm correct, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. So it had to go all the way up
Yes.
to that court. So you went through.
Because the other appeals courts
Yeah.
didn't do it, so it
Right.
went all the way up to.
But that's what I'm wondering. Like, when this shit went down, if he had the same lawyer, the lawyer obviously knew about the deal that he had with the DA, the
Right.
previous DA. So when they went to court,
Well, that I know
Was
they
that-
tried to get the original charges thrown out at first, but it was sealed at first, and they didn't say why they were trying to get the original charges. So I'm thinking maybe in that part they tried to say, hey, we already got a deal. Or,
New DA said, I don't know nothing about that. I'm locking your ass up.
and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court also said that the judge allowed 5 other accusers to testify, which is, listen, I'm not absolving Bill Cosby, because when I say this, people might take this the wrong way. I'm not absolving him, but when you allow accusers to testify, anybody could be an accuser. I can walk up and say, yeah, he did it, and you allow me to go to court and say, yeah, he did it, without any fact finding of guilt or
Yes.
that's wrong.
yes,
I mean, did he probably do it?
he more than likely did.
You're right. But
More likely than not.
right.
He more than
But when
likely.
you allow accusers to testify,
Yeah.
they're just accusers.
Just
Anybody
accusers.
can accuse you of something.
I was always wondering, because because there's multiple, there's a whole lot of accusers, but the one that he got convicted for, it's not in the least the like there's not even a slight bit of attractiveness to her. Now I don't know, maybe it's because Bill was older in age and
Yeah, maybe he was up there. He was up there a little bit.
he didn't think he could get anything better.
But she money.
but but
You could always get something better. You got money.
I don't know, that chick looked like BoJack Horseman.
Wow.
I said it.
So you said it was a plan on her part. She knew what time it was, so she had to cash in.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Wow.
If I'm, and this is just me. We're all
Now,
different.
This is you'll love this. Right? This is the conspiracy theory part of it.
Okay.
They say when the accusations came out,
Mm-hmm.
when they originally came out, the first accusations originally came out, they said he had just brokered a deal and was in negotiations to buy NBC,
Yeah, I heard that before.
and that he had came out and said that his goal was to put black programming on. And then the next day, he basically gave that interview, and then the next day or the day after,
She
the
came out.
allegations came
It
out.
might be.
So I figured the conspiracy
I'm all
theorist. in
for a
was-
good. I'm all for a good conspiracy theorist, which it might be. That might be true. I mean, it's also true that he might have gave this BoJack Horseman looking woman some drugs and knocked her ass up.
Sounds similar to the old Deshaun Watson thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
A little strange.
Yeah.
Not saying any of the accusers are not credible or didn't go through anything. I'm not, trying to say you're lying. I'm just,
Yeah, I don't know
it's
about.
just eerily similar. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know about any all the other ones that that he had. I just know I saw the transcripts from that deposition, and you would only you would lie about that shit if you didn't think that it wasn't gonna be used against
Yeah,
you.
it
You know what I'm
can't be
saying?
used against
Some of that shit was like I'm like, damn, Bill.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the I do get why due process. People mad that he's being let out because they think since after seeing that he's guilty and all that shit. But you know this it is what it is. He's an 80-year-old man. He ain't going nowhere.
No.
He can barely fucking see.
Yeah. And they were like, that was one of the things that got me. They called him a flight risk. It was like he's 80.
Yeah, where the fuck is he gonna go? And whenever he gets there, he's probably gonna die within 5 years.
It's going to take him 20 minutes to do anything. He's 80.
Now, and all you people that think that just absolutely say that for a fact or he didn't do it, you're looking at Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yeah.
That's not Heathcliff Huxtable.
No, that's Bill Cosby.
He's an actor.
Yeah.
You need to remember that first of all.
Yeah.
He's an actor.
And vice versa for
Yeah.
the people that are saying he unequivocally did it. unless you were there,
Yeah.
you can't say unequivocally that he did
Well, he did that one.
it.
I don't know about all the other ones.
But there's still a lot of people saying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, but
So a lot of people say it though. That's all. That's all like.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not even mad at the people that want to defend him. I mean, I'm not even mad at them. People still defend Trump.
people defend Biden.
You know what I mean? So,
Why do we have to bring Trump in
I mean, I think it's relevant right now.
People
there? We don't talk. we
people
don't talk
defend
about
people
idiots,
that they like.
alright?
I mean,
Whether-
people say Bill Cosby committed rape, even though he was, it's been overturned. They say he committed rape. I
Yeah.
say Trump committed treason. He's not locked up. So why should Bill Cosby be?
They say,
Where's the line?
yeah. And I mean, Trump had what, 20 accusers? Same thing. You don't know unless you was actually there.
Right.
I mean, shit.
So why can we not be? Why can we not benefit from the same legal system?
Well, don't put we in it.
I mean, I've committed no crime. But
I was about to say.
if I did,
Hey,
how come I can't use that same legal system? I mean,
well,
Because there's two justice systems. There's one for rich, and then there's one for us. It's not a black and in
No,
my opinion,
it's
it's
a-
not a black and white
It's a
thing.
money.
No, it's green.
No.
Yeah,
It's green.
If you got enough green, it works a little differently for you.
well, everything works different if you got green.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, shit. Magic Johnson looks healthy as a motherfucker to me. I mean, green does a whole lot.
Matt Johnson looks healthier than anybody else in the NBA.
So,
Age was killing everybody.
Now Magic.
Got the magic. I mean, and this is like the '90s when it
Yeah.
was because now the medication is good. A lot of everybody is really living with it now.
Right.
But this is before that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Magic was fine.
money can get you off of AIDS and it can get you off of murder and sexual whatever.
Yeah.
OJ.
OJ.
A rental. Yeah. If you got enough money, money is a great equalizer.
See,
Because if you broke in black, you going under the jail, but you going to the old building.
Yeah.
If you broke in white, you going to the new
Yeah,
jail.
you get the new building.
terrible.
Fucked up, man.
It is, but it is what it is.
I've seen there's a lot of TikToks out there with people they're showing Bill Cosby or people acting like Bill Cosby skipping out of jail.
Yeah.
And then like R. Kelly behind bars
Well,
just crying
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, Bill is free,
Yeah. But
but
his quality of life ain't too good.
And R. Kelly was messing with kids, man.
yeah, that's a whole different issue. At least Bill was drugging adults, allegedly.
Allegedly, that's right.
I don't think it was allegedly.
You gotta say allegedly.
No, he said he drugged that one woman.
So okay, one.
Or one horse. I don't know about all the other ones.
It was one.
Well, if it's one, it's 100 in my in my book.
Be careful with that.
Yeah.
Be careful with that.
So, but yeah,
Damn, that's so funny.
yeah.
But it's
It's
that
funny and sad.
that
It
shit
is.
that shit broke the internet. People are losing their minds.
Yeah, because some people, the Me Too people, are on fire that he's out.
They're pissed off. And you see this, some of the students at Howard want
Oh, that's right.
Rashad fired.
Felicia Rashad, she came out in defense of him.
Yeah, she
And
said it's an attempt to destroy the man's legacy.
people want her fired for saying that.
So I say him getting locked up was the attempt to destroy his legacy.
How people want Claire Huxtable fired?
So somebody put a meme out said if you can't trust Claire Huxtable, who can you
You
trust?
It was years ago that, or when all shit started going down. It was the guy who played Denise's husband.
Martin.
Martin, yeah.
I can't think of his real name,
but
but-
he was like, he's saying some questionable shit on set. Rudy defended him, or Keisha Knight Polo defended him, but there was another one that was like, so
It's what it is.
it's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
So whether it's fully, something's there, but he did not get due process is the point. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. He home now. They talking about he already had work lined up, like he getting ready to go back out.
I heard that too.
Like who? I don't know who going to a Bill Cosby show right now.
Like what kind of work are we talking about? Like, is it like a
Like Hollywood acting,
Yeah,
acting.
Yeah. Hey,
and stand up. He had a couple of stand up dates.
hey, of course, he's always got the book in his back pocket that he could write.
That's
True.
all he needs.
True. Yeah,
But shit, he's got. I mean, he was in jail for 3 years. He got a lot of material.
he do.
Yeah, if you want to do some stand up.
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah. As a human being, I'm glad he's home. Hopefully, if he did the shit, he should be in jail. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, as a fan of Heathcliff Huxtable, I'm glad he's home.
There you go.
As a whatever, I don't give a shit two ways. Either way. Really, I don't care.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lose any sleep.
No, he ain't losing.
I didn't lose any sleep of him being in. Didn't lose any sleep of being out. I don't care what he did or didn't do.
I say it this way: if he actually did it, what they accuse him of, he will be punished at some point.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he
you
will.
can't escape it.
I do believe that.
Yeah, he will.
Karma's real.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yes, it was.
And he gonna get it if he did it.
So,
And maybe he did go. Maybe we don't know. Maybe he got a little something up his poop shoot while he was in the joint.
yeah.
I would.
When we were growing up.
Oh, God.
No, listen. When we were growing up, just think of this. When we were growing up, if somebody told you that Bill Cosby would go to jail and Eddie Murphy would be making movies about being a dad, would you, would you have believed them, or would you thought they were crazy?
I probably thought they were crazy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, because if out of the two of them when we were growing up, if you would have asked me which one's going to jail, I would have
Eddie Murphy for
said
sure.
Eddie Murphy.
For sure. Although we were just basing that off of
What you seen,
what
man?
you're saying, like
Yeah.
You know, if you saw a picture of Snoop and Martha Stewart, you wouldn't guess that Martha Stewart was the convicted felon.
That's true.
No.
That's true. Don't judge a book by its cover.
So,
And that's the lesson
Yeah.
of the day.
Yes, it
is
is.
Don't judge a book
That's a good one to end
by
on.
its cover. So yeah. All right.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. All right. Back for the third segment.
You?
The-
Yeah.
I switched beers, and the first two were like 9%, so I'm trying to coast it for the end. Tone it down to a this is a Rocket Frog Brewing Company.
Rocket Frog.
So it's from Wallops Island, it's Wallops Island Brewing Company, I believe. Rocket Frog is the name of the beer. It's from Sterling, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's American brown ale, just a regular dark ale, popularized in England. Although I do believe they drink theirs a little room temperature. But it's just like just a regular style beer, but heavier than your normal
Right.
Buds and your it's a darker amber color. I like it. It's a good easy beer in my world. If I'm gonna go take it down a notch,
Right.
this is the limit that I go to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. A little malty, but I like it.
Gotcha. I switched to Sweetwater Brewing Company. It's extra pale ale. Is 420.
Got weed in it?
I don't think so, but it's 5.7%.
Mom probably put something in there. Don't worry about it.
Hush, boy. I don't think so, but hey, you know, it tastes good.
I've had it before. I do enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's 420. Yeah.
Couple months late.
Uh-uh. It's legal in
Well,
Virginia.
it's legal now, so it's never late.
Yeah. Yeah. Up to an ounce. You can have an ounce.
So I've already switched.
And
I
4 pints.
drink 4 different beers a day, so
Good job.
we're good.
Good job, Cliff. Well, before we get into it, I forgot to mention earlier. So before college football or college sports,
Yeah.
you kids can profit off their name, image, and likeness now.
Yeah. Bring back NCAA football.
They are. They're working on it.
Good.
Give Reggie Bush back his Heisman.
They're working on that too.
Good.
Actually, the
Alright,
Heisman Trust is looking or pressuring the NCAA to reinstate the Reggie Bush's Heisman.
Yeah.
So yeah, kids are getting, which they should have always been. And
Yeah.
and listen, I was always in favor of if you're using my name, my likeness, or my image, you should be getting paid. I don't necessarily.
Or my body.
Well, I don't necessarily think that the colleges themselves should have been paying kids.
Right.
That's just me, but they should not have been preventing them from getting
Making
paid.
that money. Yeah.
Which,
Because when you're on scholarship, you can't even have a job.
and that doesn't matter what sport you're playing.
Right.
So, which I never understood, and I need to understand this, so that if you had an Instagram page or a YouTube page with, could you not profit off of that while
No.
you're playing college?
No.
Nope.
That makes no sense to me.
You can't profit in any way. You couldn't, like I said, you couldn't even have a job when you were on scholarship. Believe me, I know.
Now I understand that the NCAA is a slave ship, always been.
Okay.
But I don't understand that. Like, what is preventing somebody from making money any kind of way? What was their reasoning for it?
Because they said it's an easy way for people to funnel money to you, so they can't really control that. So that's why.
I don't like that reasoning.
No, the reason is full of shit.
No,
Yeah.
it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's
But
bullshit.
that's the reasoning they give.
No, yeah, no, like,
Because if you say, all right, well, you can have a job, okay. What is to stop a booster from giving you a job at a car dealership paying you $600,000?
listen,
It's a dumbass reasoning, but that's why they.
and actually, look, I'm not for boosters or alumni or saying, look, I'll give you this house or money if you come to this school.
Right.
But once you're at the school, I don't give a fuck. You're at the school. What does it matter? I already came here. What does it matter what I'm,
I don't care if the booster's gonna give you this.
I personally don't.
I don't care. Because guess what? They can't pay everybody to come to the school.
No, but I don't know. I do. I know that's just me.
If they
It's
want
crazy.
you, they want you.
Another thing was, I forget. Lost my train of thought.
Alcohol.
It does that.
It does that.
If we were smoking weed, that should have been flowing. That's stupid.
This ain't weed as you.
No.
No.
But I did. Oh yeah. So
That might be our next podcast. But go ahead.
once I find a new line of work, that's what it will be called.
And we'll tape it right after this.
But as soon as it happened, the floodgates open, and there's people getting like all sorts
Yes.
of deals, and like
Yes.
like two sisters from some college basketball and got a deal.
Yes.
Spencer Rattler got a deal, who's arguably going to be one of the best college football players in the league.
Yep.
So everybody's. I think if it was me back in the day, or not even that back in the day, but now, if I went to Wichita State
Right.
or Lehigh like McCullum did,
Yeah.
he's the only one that's going to be getting.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's it.
But if you're that guy and you're going to be going to the league later,
Right.
I would have been looking out for my teammates at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because these.
Would you?
No, I would.
I mean, because going in, you don't know them. They ain't your teammate. Like think of this as a high school senior. You just looking at the best deal for you. You
No,
ain't thinking about nobody.
I know
else
that
at
when
that
I'm saying
point.
when I say looking out, I'm looking out when I mean, all right, let's go out, let's get something to eat.
Yeah.
I'm springing for it, that
Yeah.
type of thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just reap the benefits of my success, which because I'm gonna be going somewhere else later in life and doing big things. But I'm gonna look out for in basketball because it's
Right.
a small team. Now, certain
You ain't
teams,
gonna take a whole football team. out.
no, but certain schools are gonna have 4 or 5 people getting,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
You
If
know,
you're at Alabama,
people at Alabama,
everybody.
everybody, look, listen, it's gonna be 15 dudes reaping the benefits of this new rule, and they gonna be able to look out.
All I'm saying, I think I told y'all off here, the players' parking lot gonna look a lot different.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. But they say it's for all sports.
Yeah, it's
It is.
for all sports, but
You know,
I mean, and no knock to, swimmers.
I don't see the
But
women's volleyball team getting
That's what I was getting ready to say.
quarterback gets.
No, but
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Antoine Walker's daughter, who's a volleyball player, she apparently she has lots of Instagram followers. I haven't looked at her page because apparently it's less volleyball and more. But she's gonna be getting.
What's her name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah,
But
that's what I'm
she's
saying.
gonna be able to better profit. So
That's what I'm saying.
everybody's gonna be able. It's gonna
You
benefit
can.
everybody.
But for sports such as volleyball or swimming, you're not gonna get now. Because she has Instagram followers, but most of them they're not gonna get with the basketball team or the football team or in some schools the baseball team. They're
Yeah.
not gonna get what those people are gonna get.
No, because really, I mean, in NCAA football generates all the money.
Yeah.
And basketball.
Well, not at every school.
Not
Right.
But
mostly
yeah,
football.
but yeah, but
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
any
yeah,
sport,
basketball.
any sport after basketball, actually baseball loses money, even though it's one of the biggest sports out there as far
Yeah.
as they have College World Series and everything, but all those programs lose money.
They're losing money in the majors too.
Well, what?
Like they're losing money in the majors too.
Not every team.
Only some.
Yankees always make money.
Yeah.
Red Sox always make money.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Kansas City Royals, they lose money. But yeah.
But at the same time, I always thought that I'm not big on the actual school paying the kids, but unless, if you're riding down the highway and you see Spencer Rattler's face on a billboard
Right.
saying "Come play this game,"
Right.
he should be getting paid for that.
Yes, he should.
Yes,
Yes, he should.
But
Yes, he should.
it's still I don't think all the kinks and things have been worked out. But
No.
listen, everybody, it did not fall apart, and it's not going to fall apart. There's no competitive balance, and actually, me personally, instead of going to Alabama, I'd go to Nebraska, because who the fuck else is in Nebraska?
But that's kind of if you want to make money and be big fish in a small pond. Yes, you go to Nebraska.
That's right.
If you're trying to win a championship,
I don't give a
you
fuck
go to
about it.
Alabama.
Listen, am I going to the league either way? If I'm going to the league either way, I'm going to Nebraska.
I'm going where I can make the most.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah. But so it's a good thing.
mhm.
So, Scottie Pippen,
Pip.
he went on Dan Patrick's show. Dan
Mhm.
Patrick, the GOAT, at least in my opinion, the GOAT of
Talk radio.
talk sports radio. He was he went on Dan Patrick's show because he had just had a interview for GQ magazine.
Why the hell is a GQ interviewing Scottie Pippen?
GQ is just
Yeah, he was doing the rounds because he was on Levitar's show too.
yes,
Oh,
because he's got I'm guessing because he has a book coming out and
Gotcha.
his bourbon called what? Digits
Digits.
bourbon. So GQ probably said, you know what, let's interview him. I don't know.
Okay.
But he went on Dan Patrick, and Dan Patrick, being the interviewer that he is, wanted to clarify some things.
Yeah.
So in the GQ interview, Scottie Pippen was referencing the 1994 playoffs,
Yeah.
game 2, I believe, when they were playing the Knicks,
Right.
and they were down, they were tied or something like that, and Phil Jackson drew up a play for Tony Kukoc. And in the article, Scottie Pippen said that that play being drawn up for Tony Kukoc was a racial thing. And so Dan Patrick was trying to read between the lines.
Right.
He's like, you said it's a racial thing. What do you mean by that? And then Scottie Pippen elaborates, and then so Dan Patrick says, well, you're calling them racist. And Scottie Pippen says, I don't have a problem with that. So basically, he called Phil Jackson racist, which maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know.
I wouldn't imagine, though.
I don't imagine. And first of all, there's been plenty of players that Phil Jackson has coached. Nobody's ever said anything.
Right.
So, and he's one of these Buddhist Zen type of dudes. It's not a big racist thing. So, I'm going to err on the caution of to say that Phil Jackson's not racist. But
and it's hard to be racist if your entire team, with the exception of one or two people, are black.
I personally, especially in the last 20 to 30 years, don't believe that you become an NBA or NFL coach and you're a racist guy. It makes no sense.
Definitely not NBA.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Not at all.
But even if he thinks Phil Jackson is racist, the evidence that he gives for it, because I'm a facts and evidence guy.
Right.
So okay, so why do you think he's racist? Well, the first thing he said was, well, do you remember when he quit coaching the Lakers and he went out and wrote a book criticizing Kobe and then came back and coached them? Who does that? And I'm like, what is that? What are you
getting at? Well, I get what he's getting at, but it's not racist. It's just saying who goes and criticizes somebody, talks about him how bad he did, and then comes back and says, I want to coach him. That's my guy.
Yeah.
But that's not racist.
That's right.
That's just extremely weird.
And then the second thing is, he goes and says, well, Michael Jordan's left. And he left. Went to play baseball. I'm the guy.
Right.
I'm on the verge of that year should have been almost an MVP.
Right.
So why would you drop a play for this white rookie and not for your MVP and not put me in a position to be successful? Well, first of all, Scottie, you just bricked the two shots before that shot. And also, at that time, Tony Kukoc could fucking shoot.
Yeah. I'm
trying to win a game. It's a last-second shot. How is that racist?
If not, only to Scottie.
Well, I think it was more that he's a little butthurt. I mean, he might be going through some shit. Now, I understand that his horrible wife cheated on him with a rapper, still using his last name. So,
rapper, current basketball player, someone we can't heard of.
More people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so she's Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, that's what I understand.
And still using his last name.
That's what I said.
Because they're divorced now.
That's what I said.
I don't even know. I'm not sure about that. Yes.
But
she's Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
And so that happened. He just lost his son a couple months ago.
Yeah,
right.
He's going through some shit.
Mm-hmm. So he got a book coming out.
Got a book.
He said got his
bourbon.
Yeah.
But you cannot throw these terms out and label people because that shit, if it doesn't just go away. You can't.
No, it does. And I'm not saying that he's wrong with anything because I'm not saying this about Phil Jackson. I don't know. I know Scottie knows him in a way that none of us know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying whether he's right or wrong, but you got a book out. You got a bourbon out.
You think it's all about that?
I mean, it's marketing.
You don't think he truly feels this?
I've heard from people who know Scottie, and I'm saying it's from like interviews and whatnot. They say Scottie just says what's relevant at the time.
It might be because was it 05 or 06 when Phil came back? He was on the staff for one of those years.
So I'm not sure. And they said and they pointed out how during one season he said that Michael Jordan was the best when people were talking about LeBron and whatnot, and then a month or so later he said it was LeBron. Like this was during the same season. Like
okay, I get it.
Like, so they said
that was relevant.
Well, that was relevant, and of course now when you're trying to sell a bourbon and a book coming out, you're just gonna say something. We all know that when you get attention to it, to something you got going on,
Right.
you know,
But
there's no bad publicity.
this is true, but okay, you want to sell some shit. All right, talk shit about. Or he said something about Kevin Durant saying he's, whatever, or not as good as LeBron James, or say anything. Don't call somebody a racist.
But that's a polarizing word. That's gonna get you some more attention,
And it's gonna get you some clicks.
some clicks. That's right.
So then he went on to say, well, Dan Patrick said, well, Phil drew up a play for Steve Kerr against Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Utah? And Scottie was like, well, come on, man. The cameras were there. They were filming a documentary that later became
The Last
The
Dance.
Last Dance. So all that was staged for the cameras. I'm like, that's interesting. It could be true.
Right. I'm not
I,
knocking.
do, I find it hard to believe that Mike, being who Mike is, the ultimate guy,
Did something for cameras.
That he made no mention of that.
Right.
yeah, who wants to win more than anything,
Right.
is gonna just say, okay, you be ready for that pass just because the camera's there.
Yeah,
I think he fully had confidence in Steve
So
Kerr
yeah.
making that shot. Now,
And if you ever watched Steve Kerr play basketball, you should have confidence
Yes,
in him
yeah.
making
Well,
that shot.
Michael Jordan clearly wouldn't have passed him the ball if he didn't have
That's
confidence.
true.
hell, he passed the shit twice to in 2 different years to John Paxson.
John Paxson, right?
Yeah.
So I hate to think that it's just for publicity.
Right.
Actually, I mean, I'd be upset that he thinks that way, but that's his own personal feelings. But I'd be okay with his own feelings,
Right.
because even sometimes my feelings are not legit. I'm feeling shit that I shouldn't be feeling, or I see things a certain way.
Right.
I'd be more okay with him thinking that somebody's just racist and he misconstrued something versus I don't know, man. It's just
I have absolutely no evidence to say that it's anything other than him trying to market his shit.
that's what it
He
sounds
got
like, right?
coming out.
That
Ridiculous.
shit's crazy, man.
Ridiculous.
That's a bad saying somebody's racist when they're not.
Right.
That shit don't go away.
You don't call somebody racist unless you definitively have proof.
Unless you got something coming out and you need eyes on it.
Well, true.
Now Robert Horry came out and said he doesn't think that Phil Jackson's racist, but he did have to check him once on something because I think we were talking about the playoffs and it's loud in there and Phil's saying y'all need to listen for your master.
Oh.
Yes, which was racially insensitive, but Phil being the Eastern.
Wow.
Again, I don't know.
But
I've
no,
never been
no,
around, so I don't know.
no. But the way Robert Horry said is like because Phil is from that he has that Eastern philosophy that Buddhist Zen master over there means teacher. It doesn't mean what master means over here.
Yeah.
And so Robert Horry was just saying, I get it,
Right.
but you can't. It's different over here.
So
Right.
his word choice wasn't there.
His word choice was bad.
So is that what happened when he referred to LeBron James' crew as his posse?
No,
Yeah.
that wasn't it because
Yeah.
we've called our.
My posse's on, bro.
We've called our posse,
We have.
and posse doesn't necessarily is not a racial term. Everybody has white people have posses,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
black people have posses. It's just it's
Right.
it might have been racially insensitive, but I don't think Phil meant anything by it. Phil's a fucking hippie.
Yeah.
That was during the time when people were tougher. They had thick
It was.
skin. They weren't little bitches about everything, about their feelings.
And you come up with a better word, but LeBron does have a posse. It is a posse of people.
He does have a posse.
It-
He has a entourage.
You say tomato, I say tomato. But you know what I'm saying? That's all it meant. I don't know. I think people look for
Phil
shit.
wasn't wrong when he said it.
No, he was not. LeBron has a posse.
He
Posse.
has an
He's
entourage. It's not a posse.
It's a posse.
It's an entourage.
A posse's on Broadway.
It's an entourage.
That was a movie.
Posse.
So it's a Mario Van Peebles and it was a cowboy movie in the black.
It was.
It's-
Big Daddy King.
Big Daddy King.
It was.
They were all black. It's a fucking
It was
posse.
a posse.
Maybe Phil just watched fucking Posse before he said that shit.
And yes, there were black cowboys before anybody said anything. Yes, there was.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of them. But you know, that's one of those things that get phased out of the old history books.
Well, actually, and out of old Hollywood.
Yeah.
Those people are bitches now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get phased on out.
Yeah.
So look it up. The Lone Ranger
So-
was black. Look it up. But anyways, I digress.
So maybe he just, it's gotta be he's only trying to sell a book or in a
I don't think anyone would argue the fact that he knew he would sell more books if he said that than if he didn't.
Maybe. I guess.
I don't even think that's debatable.
well, especially in today's climate, there's gonna be somebody who heard that shit and be like, you know what? I'm gonna read what fuck Scottie Pippen was talking about.
Mhm.
In his
'Cause
weird
outside
Arkansas
of-
accent.
Right.
Outside of some controversy, who the fuck reads what Scottie Pippen got to say?
I'm not.
I never heard anything Scottie Pippen said until The Last Dance.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't. It's like, who the fuck cares what Ja Rule thinks in a time like this?
Right. But just yeah. Right. But just saying, I mean, like in this culture, no one listens to number two.
That's true. I want to hear about Mike talk about at that time,
Right.
and after that, I don't care.
Now, I do think, even though he's trying to sell some shit, that there is still some resentment there to where he thinks that it was his time.
Right.
And
I'm
I
sure
get-
he does.
I totally get that, and I don't want to. I'm not saying he's totally wrong. 'Cause
No.
I don't. I damn sure don't know Phil like he knows him. I'm just saying,
But-
it looks like you just trying to use this to sell some
But
shit.
say it's not that.
Right.
If it's crunch time, just because you're the guy on the team, are you owed the last shot? Like even Reggie Miller was like, there was plenty of times. This is Reggie Miller, who's one of the best shooters at that time, who said he was the decoy. Like
All right.
I'm just trying to win the game.
I gotta stop you right there.
What?
Well, you don't
Who?
compare that to
That's
today's
why,
NBA.
and that's why Indiana never really went anywhere. Cause who the fuck else was taking the shot on Indiana?
No, he
Sorry.
said no, but he said it.
Yeah, he
it
said
worked,
he was the decoy.
No, but no, he said it worked out sometimes and it didn't work out sometimes. But
But I'm talking about whoever was coaching Indiana at that time.
well, one time it was
Well, you still had to deal with Jordan.
True, but think about those Indiana teams. Who else is gonna fucking shoot?
Chris Mullin.
I give you that. Yeah, I give you that. I forgot he was on there.
They did make
Shit,
it.
Travis Best.
They did.
Nah.
They did make it to the NBA Finals in 2000 against the Lakers.
Yeah, they did.
But is Scottie Pippen, just because you're the guy, does that mean for that reason you're owed the last shot?
Well, that's the way. I'm not saying it's right. That's how they look at it now. Like, let the Lakers have a last second scenario and LeBron doesn't take the shot. They're gonna kill him.
Yeah, and
Well,
that's not who I want taking
That's
the
not
last
who
shot.
I want to, but they're gonna kill him.
And actually,
Well-
at that time, I probably wouldn't have wanted Scottie Pippen taking the last shot. Fucking Tony Kukoc that year. Actually,
Yeah.
those 3 years after that was pretty fucking good.
And now, not to absolve Scottie Pippen, but that's what he's used to. Because in Chicago, before that, last second shot, you knew who was getting that motherfucker.
Except for at least 2 times when he passed it to 3 times when he passed it to John Paxson.
Yeah, but
And
for
Steve
the
Kerr.
most part,
Yes.
you knew where the ball was going to go.
That's right. And
So if you Scottie Pippen, I guess you felt some type of way because you
Well,
thought,
no, he should remember that there was times when he passed it to somebody fucking else.
I don't recall Jordan passing it to Pippen in those situations.
Exactly.
Who did he pass it to?
It went to Paxson. He skipped you, Pippen. Like, wait a minute. Think about that.
Yeah.
And let me remind you, before that play was called, he bricked 2 shots in a row. One of them was off the top of the backboard.
He wanted to be Mike.
He's not.
He's not.
Nobody is.
He-
Nobody is.
He's number 2.
That ego is Luciferian, is all I'm saying.
Nobody is Mike, and that's what he wanted. He wanted to be Mike.
Right. And he knows he's not. Nobody was going to listen, so he needs this to sell books.
Maybe.
That's,
Well,
that's
Now,
all.
if Mike writes a book, I might check it out. I wasn't a huge Mike fan, so that's why I said Mike. But
Well, maybe if Scotty ate the Wheaties like the commercial said, he could have been like fucking Mike. Now, Scotty was good.
nobody could be like Mike.
But-
Scotty could have ate a truckload of Wheaties. He'd have never been Mike.
And actually,
No one's ever going to read Scotty's book. Man. It's like, come on.
That-
If Dr. Evil wrote a book, you'd read it. Not number 2. You're not reading that, man.
that,
It just doesn't go that way, man.
but, you know, that year and a half when Mike was gone, Scotty was really good, but it wasn't like he was transcendent or,
No.
that, you know,
He wasn't Mike.
Well, it's not like it was a scrub team, too.
That's
no,
true.
it was the same exact
It's
team.
the same team. Like, wait a minute.
The same exact team
Just without Mike on.
without Mike. So, I don't know, man. And then he went on to, and actually, he should be, except for like a phantom call in that Blazers-Lakers game, he should have went to the finals with the
Yeah.
Blazers.
Yeah, if they
but,
didn't.
But that was after, don't forget, because he went to Houston with Olajuwon and Barkley. He was there first.
He was
Yeah.
there first.
Then he went to Portland.
And they had a good squad.
They
Yeah,
did.
if he was as good as he said he was, you should have been able to win with Barkley and
Hey.
Olajuwon.
You should have.
Be better than the opponents and the referees.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
and they had some extremely talented and deep squads in Portland.
Yeah, they did.
When he was
Listen, that Portland squad.
there. They were nice.
First of all, it was Game 7. They was up by 20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were.
they was
For those of you who don't remember
they
that,
was up by 20.
that Game 7 was the Lakers and Blazers.
That's the best game I ever seen
That
in my
was
life.
the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Because whoever won that game was clearly going to beat whoever won the East
Yeah.
that year.
And that's when Kobe threw the lob to Shaq. And,
Yep. And that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of the best games I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And one of the worst collapses I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life. You're not supposed to lose a 20-point.
You're not.
You're
Although-
not.
Although in today's NBA, that seems commonplace. People lose 20-point leads all the time.
Well, because everyone shoots 3-pointers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's why.
You can't make them all.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know, 6 3-pointers, that's 18 points. I mean, you can make that up easily.
Yeah. So, it's weird. But, Scotty, I don't think Phil was a racist. I'm just throwing it out
And if he is, come with some more proof.
Just, that's it.
Yeah.
Just come with some more proof.
Come on.
Because what you came with, doesn't do
It
it.
doesn't-
And-
it doesn't do it.
If you want to get on this show, inbox us on Instagram or something, or Twitter. We will definitely have you on.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen call in.
Yeah, we would definitely have you on. If you want to get on and defend yourself, we'll definitely have you.
He's got a speak up voice. His voice is kind of a little.
Shut up, boy.
The basketball.
Let the man defend himself. He wants to do that. Let him defend himself.
Yeah.
That nigga
come on.
Scottie Pippen ain't calling this motherfucker.
Well, probably not, but I was trying to backdoor invite him to be on the show. You ain't had to call the shit out.
Then we'll kill him until he does.
That's what I want to do. I just want to talk shit about Scottie Pippen until he calls in.
That's what I want to ask you. Technically, are we the media now?
Yes, we're in the media. On this show, we are the media.
Independent media.
Independent, still the media.
But
We're
yes,
still media.
but you have to put independent in front of it.
We are media.
Shouldn't I have some credentials to be able to get in places now?
You want me to make you a name tag?
You should.
Oh no, a press was it press
Press
pass?
Press pass,
Press
that's right.
pass? Yeah, I get your press pass.
Okay, thank you.
I am going to apply for a press pass for the Washington football team.
I mean, for any team.
Well, I'm just because we.
I mean, you got your
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna apply for a press pass.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, we could go to the game. As the press, we sit in the press box.
I feel our perspective should be represented at professional games.
You are correct. Okay.
There is a female waiting on me.
Shut up, Jason. Anyways,
Yeah, so we'll get one.
yeah. So whatever.
All right.
You can use them, Maya.
What? To
This should be the female perspective.
Her, yeah, her perspective is a little crazy. But yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. Oh, actually, speaking of that, oh no, I'll talk about it later. Well, so yeah, that's it for Brews and Views episode 40.
Mm.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a couple weeks.
I'm trying to think of somebody that wear it. They wear it for number 40.
No.
Nobody
Let it
wears
go.
40?
Yeah.
Let it go.
No.
Gail Sayers, did he wear 40?
No, no. Just let it go till we get to 50. Just don't worry about it till we get to 50.
Anybody wear 40? I don't know.
I don't like that number.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the one looks good on on ounces and bottles.
I wore it one time in college because I wanted number 4 and they didn't have it, so I wore 40.
Drink a lot of 40. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
We'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
Peace.
Peace.
No, I think.